Interview na ako. So, direct ako.
Dito na. Hindi ko pa masyado.
So I'm late.
Kamusta, Direk? Ang inyong comeback movie. After ilang years?
15, sir, diba?
14 years.
14 years?
Wala, parang ganun pa rin. I think it's more, mas may challenges yata ngayon. I think yung ano, well, kasi yung, some things remain the same, yung schedule, issues with everybody. Tapos yung pero I think in some ways parang well, mas may mga madaling ngayon digital
So was it shot in digital?
Shot in digital. Although we used it was shot in a film style.
Okay.
And we used film lenses. And the lighting is parang film. It's filming light. At saka it's composed for film. Yung image composition is filming. But I think the thing that in some ways parang there's more people yata who are wanting to put money into making films. Pero there's also more filmmakers kaya it's yung mga challenges pa rin.
Sir, may mga times po ba that, because you always collaborate with film projects, was there a time na you wrote and then she directed?
No, I don't think, no. To begin with, it's not really my, yung writing is not really my, I don't really enjoy it. I can do it, kaya lang I don't really enjoy it. Kasi nga, it's so, masyadong napaka-lonely ng process. So I really prefer to, just, although I enjoy yung shooting and then the editing. The editing is also konti lang ang tao, pero it's a lot of fun kasi nandun na lahat ng material. Yeah, so it's, I've worked with other writers, like si Raquel Villavicencio for about 3 films. Hihintay ko sa langit, Nagaw. Hihintay ko sa langit, iba palang minahal, and saan ka man naroroon. No, and then I will work with si Eric Ramos for Azucena. And then I worked with that and the other projects. Azucena. That was my last before this. Yun yung 2000. I think 2000 yun. That was 2000.
Pero may Azucena rin po, di ba si Joel Namakan?
Meron ba siya?
Tungkol po sa mga aso na kinakain.
Sino actors?
Mata ko na po eh. Pero it's Azucena rin po.
Yung akin, we did it in 2000. Tapos si Dante Rivero, yung Alex De Rossi, Alessandro De Rossi.
Direk, nahirapan ba kayo rin sa transition from film to digital during the shoot and also in the post-production?
Hindi naman nahirapan kasi I in-expect ko na eh. At saka medyo hindi ko masyadong may experience rin ako somewhat sa digital, making mga docus for NGOs at saka mga commercials.
Okay.
So meron din akong sense of it. Kaya lang, in some ways, kasi syempre mas mura yung digital, it's not as expensive as film. Kaya medyo nakaka-liberate ng konti kasi you can take more time. No? You can take more footage. Although ito 12 days lang ito shot in 12 days. It's the tightest schedule at work. Film to digital hindi kasi yung mga ko naman the cinematography and the editing and the post-production crews, they knew what they were doing.
Okay.
They knew what they wanted. So it was, they hasang-hasa na sila rin. This was shot by Jay Abelio and editors Manette Reid. Then yung sound ko and it was done at Wild Sound. Si Mike Idioma was the sound designer. So everything's digital. Central Digital was the post-production house, the editing house. everything was pretty, it was very carefully planned. We have some major scenes dito with some effects, required effects. It was very carefully planned. So hindi kami nahirapan sa shoot. We spent a lot of time in pre-production, planning it. About 3 weeks. Most of that went into the pre-production of one particular sequence.
Thank you.
In this film po, ano po yung moral? Ano pong gusto niyo iparating sa audience?
Actually, ang gusto ko lang, I think I didn't think of it as a moral, pero ang journey nung main character, si Ricardo, yung sinatawag na hari ng Tondo, si Ricardo, is para siyang meron siyang, kasi nawalan siya ng pera, so gusto niyang, and then ngayon, parang he feels gusto niyang i-push yung i-save yung kanyang sariling pagkatao ba, yung self-worth niya, and then gusto niya ding patatakin yung dalawa niyang grandchildren na medyo sheltered mga village kids. So, meron siyang ganung sort of goal or illusion na masasave niya, ganyan. So pagdating na doon, marami din siyang hindi hinaharap from his own past. So, and then he confronts all of those things pagdating niya doon. Kasi iba na rin yung lugar, and then he realizes what he has also done or not done. Kaya meron siyang, I think it's also it's sort of coming of age story for a senior citizen. So pagka ganon, he also wakes up from his own illusion. Pero as far as I didn't think of it as a moral. Pero siguro what I liked about this film is what I really like about it, the story of it is it's really not about it's really about this particular grandfather. So siya yung hari ng Tondo. It's not about any pero about the place din kasi yung iba na yung lugar. Pero what I like about it is yung mga set siya in Tondo, pero yung mga yung mga nandiyo sa community, hindi na mga they are not they're not portrayed as, or they do not play as victims. Meron silang they're sila nag-assert sila ng sarili na lang, mga gusto, at saka they're not, hindi sila handouts, hindi sila charity case.
So how was it working with these college actors?
He loved it.
Enjoyed. No, I mean, I really enjoyed it. Kasi naman din at saka magkagrupo din sila they work together in Greece, no? So and I saw that production. So in fact we cast about six from Greece. No, and si Rafa was part of that production last year. So una naisip.
No, the Greece was nominated. The whole production was nominated.
And so it was, I was concerned about, can everybody here speak Tagalog? Okay.
Nahirapan kami doon. Kasi lumaki kami dito.
First day of shoot, talagang parang Tagalog sila. Good. It was fun. At saka, syempre, it also helped me. I think, pero hindi na naman to just the theater, but everybody in the cast I thought was yung professional ba, and we spent a lot of the time working and getting the scenes or the beats or the moments better, or clarifying certain beats in the scenes. Kaya it's really napupunta talaga sa trabaho yung time. So we had that, I enjoyed the process. We didn't really have, wala kami talagang masyado. Ang plano ko